Hi, this is Grandma Sue, and I am here to do a video in the hopes that someone can give an answer to this perplexing problem. This happened almost 36 years ago, in Chautauqua County of New York State, I'm sorry. They cannot identify this lady, and it's sad. She's missing by someone. On December 6, 1983, a utility worker found the body of a woman found on the eastbound New York 17 in the county, in the westernmost part of the West New York State. She had been dead less than a day, but had been shot 4 times, once in the mouth, the back, and twice in the chest. I do not know what kind of firearm was used, because the police never released the information. She may have been raped, although this is unconfirmed, and similarly unconfirmed at a sighting at a Pennsylvania truck stop that day. The woman was a white woman, apparently in her 30s, with brown hair just starting to turn gray. Some moles, but no tattoos or piercings. She had dental work that was both expensive and the style usually performed in Europe. She had given birth at least once, probably 15 or more years earlier. The autopsy found an interim device of European manufacture, which unfortunately did not have a serial number. The brand had been available in Canada, but never in the United States. Another European connection was the woman's expensive trench coat. It was European, size 40, and the brand had not been exported to the United States or Canada. Another item of clothing, a camisole, also was not a non-exported European brand. She had no shoes or jewelry. What is most mysterious is that the only document found on the body was a handwritten note on stationery from the Blue Boy Lodge in Vancouver, British Columbia. This was a rather downscale motel that has since closed, but no one worked at the motel recognized the woman. There are only 3 lines on the note, all in some sort of code. SASKRH 24233. The second is KKBE 68301. And the third one is SARG 74261. Now, I was thinking back in the olden days when you used to have a phone number, there was a name before it, and Sasquatch came to my name immediately. That could be a phone number, SA24233. Back in the 80s, Canada was still using that. KRBA, which I'm not sure what that would stand for, but it would be KR68301. And then Sarge would SA74261. There's also been thought that they possibly were zip codes. So far, they have not been able to decide what they are. But if you leave the numbers may be a match for internal phone numbers at JFK in New York. JFK area codes for cities in Germany, or postal codes in Austria. All these remain speculative, however. One more thing of interest is the number 7 on the note is written in European style, the horizontal line, and there's no way of knowing if it was this woman's or someone else's. She does not fit the profile of anyone that is missing, and so they are still looking for her. As you can see, they have some good pictures of her, and she just sits there. I believe that she is originally from Europe and just hasn't been noticed. It was way back when Ronald Reagan was president. Gas was $1.30 a gallon. She's still nameless, and I can only imagine the grief of her loved ones. The Niagara Mohawk truck driver was the first to stumble upon her about 8:30 to 9 a.m. in the morning. She'd been dumped in shallow water. It was a filled ditch about 15 feet from the road. It's now Interstate 86. At the time, it was Route 17 in the town of Ellery. It was half-mile east of the Lake Bridge and approximately 450 feet from Westman Road overpass. The body was reportedly found face up and partially clad. There was no doubt after taking one look that she had been murdered. It was a large caliber weapon that had killed her, and a large fragment of expended bullet was eventually located, though it wasn't immediate, apparently, with the bullet fragment in the woman's death. She could have been in the ditch for 24 to 36 hours before, because there was snow and the barrage of cold and drizzly showers had happened in the last few hours. That did help uncover her body. Unfortunately, for several days following discovery, bad weather, including a Wednesday snowstorm, hampered a thorough search and investigation of the vicinity. What do we know about her? She is a white female, 5'4", about 128 pounds. She was somewhere around 30 to 37 years of age at the time of her death. She had brown hair, eyes, long brown hair, sometimes described as dark, sometimes as mousy, with flecks of gray at the temple. Distinguishing marks included a wart above the left eye, a raised mole behind the left ear, and a scar on her throat. She had the blood type A, and according to one anthropologist, it appears she had given birth to at least one child in the 15 years prior to her death. She has matched nobody. They checked Europe, Canada, the United States. She was wearing a white V-neck camisole that was manufactured in Capri, Italy, an item that is not available for export. She had a high-quality green, brown, and red checkered trench coat that was reversible to an olive drab wool, a homemade plaid wool skirt in various shades of brown, blue, and red, and a gray wool crew neck pullover. She is found without shoes, though it had been determined that her shoe size would have been either a 5 or a 6. She had no jewelry. She had no personal property on her. They are sure that she's of European or Canadian origin, and they believe she may be Hungarian. At least one gold tooth was reported, and she had an IUD in her that was also European. Perhaps the oddest clue was a handwritten note, as I mentioned before, with the different letters, and computer checks have been done constantly on this. Who would have murdered her, and why would they leave her there? It hinted there was some clues. Several employees at a truck stop along I-90, including a service station near Northeast Pennsylvania, thought they may have seen a woman resembling Jane on the evening of Monday, December 5th. So it appears that Jane may have been traveling east along I-90, which swings into the Great Lakes. Surprising enough, even to this day, CSI and DNA has not been successful They've been able to identify many, but she just has not been able to do any good about it. Now, you can contact the Sheriff's Office at 753-4231 if you have any information. At this point, they would very much like to have information. These are the pictures that I found online, and I'm hoping that perhaps somebody will find this and we'll be able to send her home with a name and an identity. Thank you for your time. Please hit subscribe, and I'll do more videos on missing people. Thank you.